Hi, my name is Jeremy Froner. Wanted to introduce myself as the co-founder and CEO of INSTOCKRX. We are a consumer health platform. We are helping not only with patients and providers, but we're also helping in health emergencies during drug shortages, also helping optimize saving money in the area of pharmaceutical waste. So, wanted to quickly just tell you a little bit about what's going on in the world. I'm sure you are aware, but just go ahead and go on Google or Bing and just look at drug shortages. Every headline, drug shortages near all-time highs. There's so many headlines between cancer meds and just different meds out there, and the problem is just getting worse. And so if another pandemic hit or something else hit, it's just going to throw it over. So we need to collaborate, we need to share inventory, and there is no centralization here. Our platform, a good analogy would be almost like the MLS of medications. We're taking inventory from siloed healthcare systems, we're aggregating that, and we are helping redistribute that by a central platform. So let me show you a little bit how. First, let me show you what goes on in today's day and age when a pharmacist or a person cannot find medication. First thing they're going to do is go to the search engine. A typical person will go to Google and say, hey, I need amoxicillin. There's a shortage, right? And that could be any medication. Amoxicillin is just one example. What they're going to see is a Wikipedia page, maybe a GoodRx coupon, but they will not find where that medication lives locally. Same thing with Bing. You put in something like amoxicillin as well. You find a GoodRx coupon, you got ChatGPT. Still, there is no way to find it. You are stuck calling or driving around from pharmacy to pharmacy. Now, if you go on our INSTOCKRX, you put in a zip code, what you're looking for, and then what you'll do is you'll find exactly what you're looking for when you need it. It'll tell you exactly where it is, when the inventory was updated, and if it's in stock. So an example, amoxicillin or a Zopec, this one does not have it, and this one does. So this is not only helping them drive new business to those pharmacies, it's actually helping the patient find the medication when they need it. We also have a provider version of this, which will give the full version of all their inventory. So let me show you quickly how the provider and pharmacy view looks. When you go into the provider view, what you'll do is you'll see a little bit of their dashboard. Now I have an admin, so we have about 360 pharmacies here. And so I just want to give you a quick example of what it looks like from the provider and patient standpoint. They'll quickly see their usage detail, what's new, reoccurring, and dead. And so from the optimization standpoint, they could take that dead stock, things that have not moved, and they could find new homes for it. Secondly, it does pull in inventory invoices. We are track and trace compliant, so any medication will get brought back to the original invoice. In this particular case, it's AmerisourceBergen. On this view, they're actually tracking our overstock, dead stock, and expiring stock. And so these are the medications that we want to try to redistribute. Once again, eliminating waste, helping the environment, and then at the end of the day, we're going to help connect that medication to the patients who need it. And here, if there is medication that you're sharing your shared inventory with, there are drug requests, sold items, and of course active listings. These are things you're trying to offload to make sure that they do not go to waste. So I'll give you a scenario. Person comes in looking for that amoxicillin and they cannot find it. Today, that calling around, pharmacies calling around, hospitals are calling around. By aggregating and centralizing this information, they could do is they could type it in, amoxicillin, right? And so what they'll do is it'll search not only the inventory of their pharmacy, but it'll actually search the inventory of anybody in their network. Okay, so as you can see here, we have family pharmacy, right? They are looking, this could be on a mobile phone or an app, and they could see I do not have any of these particular ones in stock, but inside of my network, I may have 206, right? So what it'll do is it'll look through your pharmacy and it'll look through your partner pharmacy. We have a marketplace availability, so that's anybody that is on the platform who is trying to offload that, and it'll actually show that as well. So what it will look like is, we'll dig into this particular one. It'll show some business tools, particularly like what their inventory looks like, their profitability. It'll show some generic equivalents. And so if there's something that you do not have, it'll actually point to the generic equivalents that could be sitting on a pharmacy shelf, not only on your pharmacy, but other pharmacies. The marketplace is anybody trying to offload that medication, say if it's expiring. And of course, the secret sauce is our member pharmacies. So this is where instead of that hospital or anybody just calling around, could be a consumer too, right? They could ask the pharmacy, hey, who else has it? And then they could quickly see other pharmacies' inventory. They could see what their optimum stock is, and then they could see what their quantity is. So if there is an overstock, they could simply just hit the request button. And what that will do is I'll send a request button just like that homepage, and you could transfer from point A to point B, solving the collaboration and communication problem, and we're doing it compliantly, and that is the key. So to recap, our platform is a location and optimization. We aggregate and centralize it. We are helping patients and providers locate in-stock affordable medications. We are doing this by taking siloed pharmacy data with typically no drug visibility. We're taking that information, so we're solving the problem of 1 in 4 patients can't find the medication, so there's 1 in 4 are affected by drug shortages. There's over 8 million hours right now wasted just looking for these meds, either by hospitals or doctors. And there's over 5 billion of unused medication waste each year. Our centralization platform is aggregating it, making it available for view. We're creating something called a virtual supply chain, so we could do a little bit micro fulfillment, especially in the times of health emergencies. And this could be also applied to not only medications, but we could also do it with medical equipment as well. What we'll do is we'll build these collaborative B2B networks so they could always optimize. And then, of course, from a government or a health emergency, you can check the whole system where the hard to find meds are or the medical equipment. And last but not least, we want to help consumers locate the in-stock medications when they need it. Our product roadmap is a couple different verticals here. From the business standpoint, we're looking at about 10% over the next year. If it calculate about $300 per pharmacy, and that's about 28 as their consumer vertical. If we looked at just 1% of a market, say a GoodRx, pharmacy consumer, they make about 800 million last year. That would be about 8. And of course, GoodRx has no clue what's on the pharmacy shelf. They're just a coupon aggregation. We're actually going to connect them to pharmacies that actually have it in stock and readily available. Last but not least, our multifaceted platform is going to help manufacturers. One, it's going to help with product field work. Say a new product comes into the market. Right now, drug reps are calling and seeing where that medication lives. Same thing with physicians. Once we scale out, they could actually see where these things are getting out. And then once we see the demand, we could create something called demand heat maps to figure out where a shortage may occur. And so, with that said, that is our platform. That's a quick overview. I just wanted to give you a really high level, and I'm really looking forward to working with you and helping solve drug shortages, consumer availability, and pharmaceutical waste to help not only this country, but around the world. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to working with you. Bye-bye. Jeremy.